Hi everyone, it's Nikki again. I thought I'd just do, because we only did a little bit on the video last time, I just thought I'd follow on from what we were doing. So if you remember, we had our little text box, and basically if you're just coming into this video now, find the one that goes before it. I'll name it so that it's 1, 2, 3, whatever. So basically, I showed you before how to make this little text, how to get your image into Word, how to reformat this little text box. And I was just, as I was watching this back, I was thinking some of you might be thinking, well, I actually wanted a transparent box, and this one's actually got a white fill in it. So basically, to get rid of that, you do that again. We're in the drawing tools up here, look. So if you actually go to shape fill, you can actually remove that fill, look. So it's taken the white out of there. So for instance, say you wanted to actually create an actual proper topper. Let me just get rid of this again. There we go. Let's just reformat this. Now we can actually do what we call word art in here. So if we look here, look how it's changing the actual effect of the letters that you've got, and if you click, you can get all sorts of different funky letters in here. What else have we got? If we scroll down, you can get this kind of type. Let me make my box bigger, and then if we just go back and make the text bigger, look how this is looking great now. So we can actually stick that there. And if you wanted to put this so it was sitting behind our Angelberry, again, right click, go to that wrap text button, and the wrap text button basically is what makes your text go in front or behind and how it behaves. So basically we need to go behind text. We'll make sure that that actually sits behind anything else that's in front, or it should do. Anything that's behind, in front of it rather, sorry, I can't speak this morning, it's really early when I'm recording this. So if I just right click, the reason that I didn't is because if you remember on the first image I actually had that behind the text. So if I actually click through, what happens with that? Basically it's still going to sit there in front. Now this is quite a good little lesson actually, because now I need to bring this in front. So look, if I actually click on my image here and right click, it says bring to front, look, and I can bring that in front of the text, and there you go, it's actually now sitting in front. So you know, always that right click button is your best friend, because it'll always reveal extra options, and if the option that you want isn't in there when you right click, then you need to be looking up at this menu at the top. This is in Word, obviously, but you know, it's just a really, really useful little thing that you can do. Now, the other thing we can do is, if we, again, I double-clicked my image there, and if you actually go up here to the top, look, there are all sorts of different things you can do. So you can make a simple frame, so you can actually add all sorts. That looks quite cool. Oh, that one gives a drop shadow look. So look, if I click off that, we've just got our plain image. So double click on it, and look now, it's given her a drop shadow. Oh, that's quite cool. That's given her a little reflection, which is quite nice. This is a soft edge. So you can, you know, play around with these things. There are so, oh look, oh, how pretty is that? You see, I didn't even know half of these things were in there. And it's so easy to make. You can easily make all your own little toppers and all kinds of stuff, you know, by just kind of messing around. Now the crop button over here, what that does is it actually lets you cut your, rather than just resize, it will actually let you cut your image down. So if you, what you need to do is, obviously if you click on the corner, that's just going to resize. So you need to put your cursor, and you see how it's changed there. Now when I drag, I can just actually crop that to wherever I want it to be. Okay, so look, it's going to cut out all the rest of this. If you do something and you don't want it, click escape. okay, and that will actually, well, it didn't actually change it. So it's made it into a little topper. Let me get rid of that. It's quite cute though. Because look, now, if you say for instance you wanted to do something for somebody, look, we could actually, if we extend our text box and actually format our text so it's right aligned, look, we've actually got a whole little sort of topper style thing there, or it could be a border or whatever you want it to be. Just going back to this, if I changed my mind and I didn't want to do that, if you press Control and Z, that is the undo key. Okay, so that's the undo button. So keep pressing it and it will undo something like about your last 10 options that you did. Okay, so I've gone right back to there now. So anything that you want to do, or you can also click the undo button at the top here as well, or you can click the redo button and that will take you a step forward as well. So what else can we do? Colour. This is what I came in here to do. So if we click on colour, now you might not necessarily want to do this, but look, there's all these funky things that you can do now in Word. Loads of different things. So we can change this to black and white if we want. We can change it, that's quite a nice effect. You can make it a little bit more toned. You can actually come into here, look, recolour it. We can make it into almost like a sepia. So you can change all of this. Polkadoodles, we want you to manipulate your images. You know, I draw these in a way that I want you to really get involved and do all of these kind of different things. Now if I click on picture colour options, I've got all sorts of different options I can do in here. Look, I can increase the saturation, I can make it look cold, I can make it look hot, I can do all sorts of things. Artistic effects, what does this do? Oh look, this is quite cool. Look, I can make it blurred if I want to. I don't know why you'd want to, but you know, whatever floats your boat. What does this do? That makes it look a bit weird. We can make it look like a photocopy. Please don't photocopy your images. That's the only thing I don't ask you to do, or I ask you not to do. We can add texture, look. So, for instance, this now actually looks like it's been printed onto a textured paper, and you can actually make it look different. This is going to look like it's been watercoloured. If I zoom in on this now, let me just go back to my view and go to the zoom tool. 100%. Just trying to look down here in the bottom corner. I can make that a bit bigger. Can you see now how this actually has texture on it? So there's all sorts of different things. It's about playing around. You can't damage your image because we copied this image. I'm just going to go right back down so we can see this at a full size. Because you copied the image before and didn't actually use the original, you're never going to damage this. You can't damage the CD unless you break it in half, literally, or corrupt it in some way. So, you know, there's lots of things you can do. So just have a really good play. A lot of the time you don't need a fancy graphics program. Sometimes they can waste your time making you do things in a really long-winded way. And if you're not computer savvy, do it this way. This is how I do most of my image manipulation because it's really quick and easy and I don't need to do anything fancy because I don't want to take the crafting out of what I do. Anyway, this is my second video, so I hope you enjoyed that and that you're finding it useful, and most of all, have a really good play. See you soon. Bye.